Hello friends, it is me, Jess. So as you saw this morning, I have started a 24-hour readathon. It's a snowy weekend here in New Jersey. I'm planning to do this over the course of 2 days. So today and tomorrow, I am going to try and do like a 24 and 48. So I'm going to try and like actually physically read for 24 hours over the course of the next 48 hours. So that is my plan. I figured today, snowy day, perfect day, I'm staying inside anyway. I think my roommate Gabby is gonna read with me, so I will get her to give you her little TBR as well, and she'll probably be featured in the video. So yeah, that is the plan. I do have like kind of a loose TBR. Basically my TBR right now is to finish all of the books that I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading like 6 books, maybe not finishing Plain Bad Heroines, but the other 5 for sure. So I'm currently reading Out on the Ice by Kelly Farmer. This is a female-female hockey romance. The two main characters meet at the hockey camp that the one owns for like young girls in hockey. I am like 25% into this one. It's not super long. I think it's only 300 pages, so I should be able to knock that out. I'm also reading Little Demon in the Details by Nordica Knight. This is an MM. It's kind of like mafia-esque sort of romance. It is basically a romance between these two guys from these like warring families, and there's all kinds of like kidnapping and drama, and like it's really smutty also. Typical things that I'm reading over here for the most part. I am 80% into this one. I have less than 80 pages left to read of it, so that one definitely is high priority to knock out. Shouldn't take me more than an hour or so. What else am I currently reading? Also, I'm currently reading How You Get the Girl by Anita Kelly. This is what I was listening to a second ago when I was like making my bed and getting ready. It is another female-female romance. It is set on the two main characters are both coaches of a high school team. The one girl is also fostering like her niece, and so there's kind of like family dynamic issues going on, and the niece plays on the basketball team as well, so there's kind of like kid fic situation going on, and it's really cute so far. I'm really liking that one, so I definitely think that that one will be very much a success. And then the other two I'm currently reading, I do have here physically. So you saw me pick up The Last Night at the Telegraph Club this morning. I started about halfway through, and I read like maybe 50 pages this morning before I got up and got my day started, but I definitely want to knock this one out. I probably won't share a ton of thoughts for this one because it's included in another reading vlog, but I do want to finish it for that vlog. So that is the plan. This is a YA sapphic historical fiction set in the 1950s in San Francisco during the Red Scare, and one of the girls in the relationship is Chinese, so there's a lot of things going on. Not only is it a book of like self and sexual discovery, but it's also about this horrible time in history, so it is so good so far. I definitely am loving this one as well, and I can't wait to finish it and see how everything ends up. And then a little more lighthearted, I'm also reading Don't Want You Like a Best Friend by Emma R. Albin. I've been reading this one for a while. I put it aside because I was like got into some other projects, but I need to pick this one back up. This is a sapphic Regency romance. It is between these two girls who are like out for the season. They become friends, and then they start to have like crushes on each other and realize that they might like each other, and having to figure out what that means for them in their lives moving forward, because obviously it's Regency England, like that's not something that can happen for them. Meanwhile, they are also like trying to set up their single parents together, so it's kind of got Parent Trap vibes as well. This one is really cute and really fun. I'm excited to get back into this one today. Also, those 5 are like first priority. I'm gonna try and finish those up first, but I do foresee myself having more time potentially, so I have these two guys also to break things up a little bit. So I have this graphic novel called Mismatched. I do love a graphic novel during 24-hour readathon. Just helps kind of like break things up. This looks very cute and very like Heartstopper-esque. I think it is a retelling of Emma, as far as I know, set in a high school. I don't really know exactly what else it's about, but it looks cute, so I have this one to mix things up a little bit. Then I also would love if I could get to Hazel Bly and the Deep Blue Sea today by Ashley Herring Blake. This is a sapphic middle grade book about 2 young girls who meet in this town in Maine. I think they believe in mermaids, and so they're trying to prove mermaids are real or something to do with mermaids. I don't know, but I love Ashley Herring Blake's middle grade books, so this will be an easy and quick one to read during the readathon, and it also should be really good. So this is my stack for right now, plus the ebooks and audiobooks I talked about. And if somehow I finish all of these. We'll talk about what I'm going to read next, but this is the plan for the time being. Let's get back to reading. Gabby's gonna share her TBR with you.
So I have to read The Shining by Stephen King. We have to read about 100 pages of that today. And then I have All the Beauty of the World. I would hope to finish this. I only have about 100 pages left in it.
That's a short little guy.
It is a very short little guy. It's very tiny.
Did you lose your space?
No.
Okay.
I was on 115.
Okay.
So we are good.
Okay. Hello. I have been reading for about 3.5 hours. Did finish last night at the Telegraph Club. Read about 200 pages of that to finish it off. Really good. 5 stars. What is your reading update, Gabby?
I finished the section I needed to read of The Shining, and I read about 50 pages in. Yeah.
What is that?
It's a book that was written by a security guard who worked at the Metropolitan Museum of Art during this 10-year period after his brother passed away.
Oh.
And so it's kind of him being present and experiencing the art and describing it in that kind of a way, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna move on and read some smut. Hello, I'm here to pop in with an update. It's quite a bit later. It is 7:30 p.m. I've done a lot of reading. I ate dinner. I think I'm about to get in my pajamas and just lay in bed and read for the rest of the night. But I wanted to let you know what we've been up to. I did tell you in the last clip that I finished The Last Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. I loved this book. This was a sapphic YA historical fiction. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was emotional. It was educational, it was fascinating, and I really, really loved it. This is a new favorite sapphic book for me. I thought it was excellent, and I can't wait to tell you more about it in my vlog. I think that should actually go up before this one, so you probably already heard me talk about it. So that's this one. And then I also did finish Little Demon in the Details by Nordica Knight. This was really quick, like I flew through this in like an hour and finished that one up. I actually really enjoyed this one as well. This was an kind of mafia-esque romance. I think I talked about these books in the intro, but I really liked the romance. I thought it was really hot. I liked the characters' dynamics, and there's also kind of like a good plot background going on, even though it's just like ridiculous and over the top. There's lots of like kidnappings and political maneuverings and crazy people that need to be taken care of. You know, taken out. I don't know. I like reading that kind of stuff. I think it's fun, and I really liked the romance that went along with it. I did think that this one was a little bit too long. It was nearly 400 pages, which is kind of crazy for a KU like smutty romance, but I did ultimately enjoy it. I gave it like 4.5 stars. If you are like me and really like Only James, this is like a really good book for people who like Only James. Is very similar in nature to Unhinged in like a good way, you know, like similar themes, elements, tropes used. So if you're looking for something to fill that void, this is a good book for that. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. I don't remember if I said that or not. I also finished up How You Get the Girl by Anita Kelly on audio. This was an adult sapphic contemporary sports romance about a high school basketball coach and one of the parents of one of the students on our team, and it was so much more than just that simple explanation, but that's kind of the basis of it. It was so good. It was so emotional. and the main character Julie is really discovering her identity. She's kind of a late bloomer, thinks she might be ace, so I really enjoyed that asexual representation in this book, and how Julie just felt like she plucked a lot of the thoughts like straight from my mind. I loved her. She ended up being a very, very special character to me, and I really, really loved her relationship with Elle, her romance with Elle. I thought it was just really well done, really beautiful. I've read Anita Kelly in the past and really love them as an author. I think they're so talented. So if you haven't read them before, I definitely would recommend. Some of my favorite queer romances ever. And this one is another one. I ended up giving this 5 stars. I fucking loved this book. It's like my new favorite adult sapphic romance. It was so good. I loved the characters so much. I loved everything they went through. I loved all the side characters. I loved all the friendships and the family discussions and family dynamics, and it just was so well written and so good, and the audio was fantastic. I had a really good time with that one. So this has been a really successful vlog so far. We have like a very high average rating. I think, like I said, right now I'm gonna get into my pajamas so that I can get into bed, and then I'm kind of feeling like I need a bit of a break. I don't think I even told you. I've read for 8 hours so far. So here's my little timer. So I have 16 hours left in this readathon. I'm gonna try, and it's only 7:30, so I'm gonna try and read until like 10 or 10:30 and then go to sleep. So I'll have like roughly 12 hours done. That's my plan. I kind of, like I said, I'm feeling like I need a little bit of a break, so I might actually pick up Mismatched by Anne Comlin and Isadora Zeffirino. I think I might pick this one up and fly through that one, and then if I get through that, I might pick up Don't Want You Like a Best Friend, which is my physical read, or Out on the Ice by Kelly Farmer, which is, I have it on ebook and I also found it on audio on Spotify, so I might listen to that and like do my Happy Color app. I will see what I feel, but I do think that I'm going to pick this one up after I get my pajamas on, so that is my plan. Let's keep reading. This is the first page of Mismatched, and I love that on this fake social media, like all the people commenting on his post are like Trixie, Marcel, Colder Than Alaska, Nina Brown Makeup. Like they're all plays on drag queens that are on RuPaul's Drag Race, and I just think that's so funny, and I wanted to share. Good morning. So it is 11 a.m. on day 2, and I still have 12 hours to read. I think we're sort of veering off course into the area of likely unable to finish this challenge. We'll see though. I just am somebody who really values my sleep. Will I be able to stay up late to finish this challenge? I don't know. Yet to be seen. Let me give you the updates though. So last night I did end up reading Mismatched, and this was a really cute graphic novel. Clueless is a very to the letter Emma retelling, and this was a very to the letter Clueless retelling. So it was like a roundabout Emma retelling, but it felt more Clueless. I think it was just kind of like a gender swapped version. It was really cute. The romance was fun. I did find a lot of people find like Emma and Cher Horowitz to be very unlovable characters, but I find them to be very lovable characters. At the same time though, like I struggled to find this main character lovable. Like, I did think some of the things he did, even though they were basically the same as what the other characters did, just felt a little bit more egregious and a little bit more like they were lacking good intentions and self-awareness, which I think is what makes Emma and Cher so charming, is because they really do think that they're doing good and doing the best, like doing good things, helpful things for people, whereas this main character felt a little just mean at times without that like charm to back it up. And so I think I struggled a little bit with that. So I think I'm probably gonna end up giving this like a 3.5 star. Like, it was good, it was cute, it was fun, I really liked the art style, and it ended up being like a cute feel-good story. And I just think it lacked a little bit of that like spark that makes Emma and Clueless so good in some of my favorite stories. And I think that that might be the problem too. Like, if you don't know Clueless, one of my favorite movies of all time, in my top 5 favorite movies of all time, like, I love that movie. And I also love Emma. Like, I love the book Emma, I've read it, I thought it was incredible. I loved how similar it was to Clueless. Like, I love the movie with Anya Taylor-Joy, I think it's amazing. This had a lot to live up to because I love those stories so much, and I don't think it was like quite on the same level, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was cute. It was a nice way to like kind of break up the readathon a bit for me. So yeah, I flew through that. This literally only took me like an hour. And then this morning before I got out of bed, I did read Out on the Ice by Kelly Farmer. I finished this one up. This one ended up being pretty good as well, although I didn't love it. Like, this kind of felt a bit mediocre for me. I like ultimately thought it was good. I thought it was written well. I thought it was cute. Like, I was entertained, but it wasn't a new favorite. I felt like it was kind of missing some depth. Like, a lot of the things that happened felt very like, I don't even know how to say it, like overdone, I guess. This book didn't feel like it was doing anything new or bringing anything new to the table that hasn't already been done before. I also just felt like the characters lacked a little depth. They were a little like two-dimensional. So I kind of had a hard time like really coming to care about them and root for them. Like, I did, but on a surface level. It wasn't anything deeper than that, and I kind of struggled to be super invested in it. It was just kind of like a book that I was reading. So I think that this one's gonna get 3.5 stars from me as well, which is kind of a bummer. I did enjoy it though. It just, I don't know, it just didn't have that spark. Like, How You Get the Girl had that spark. Last Night at the Telegraph Club had that spark. And this just was kind of meh, I think, after those two. So I don't know. I just felt kind of like meh about it. It was good, but nothing incredible. So a plan for today, first and foremost, finished I Want You Like a Best Friend by Emma R. Albin. I am 45% of the way through this one, so I have this much left to read. I think it is like basically 200 pages of this to read. So I'm gonna knock this out. That should only take me like 3 hours. And then I do still have Hazel Bly and the Deep Blue Sea by Ashley Herring Blake to read. So that one is on the docket for today as well. Again, only about 3 hours. So if I'm predicting that time right, I'll still probably have about 6 hours to fill if I end up completing this challenge. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. These two are up first, and then we'll see where else the day takes us. Hello friends, it's a little dreary out today, so the lighting is not the best, but I did want to get on here and wrap up my 24 and 48 reading vlog for you guys, let you know everything that I read, go through it, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, So over the course of the 2 days, I managed to read a total of 14 hours and 24 minutes. This wasn't my 24-hour goal. I was like 9.5 hours shy, but I still read a ton over the course of the 2 days. I definitely read more the first day than the second day. I kind of petered out and lost steam on the second day, but that's okay because I really did get a lot accomplished. So I ended up finishing 5 books total, and I started another one. So we made a lot of progress in 6 books. The first book that I finished was Last Night at the Telegraph Club. I read 213 pages of this one to finish it out, and I ended up giving this one a 5-star. It was probably my favorite of the reading vlog. And then I finished Little Demon in the Details by Nordica Knight. I only had 80 pages left of this one to read to finish it out, and I did that during this reading vlog, and I ended up giving this one 4.5 stars. A really solid, really smutty MM romance that I really enjoyed. I also finished out How You Get the Girl by Anita Kelly. I listened to 3 hours and 40 minutes of this on audio. This was a big chunk of the time that I spent reading, but I was so happy to spend it reading this book because I ended up loving this one. I gave this 5 stars. This is one of my new favorite sapphic adult romances. I thought it was so cute. I loved the characters. It's really gonna stay with me a long time. I loved it so much. So very successful like reading vlog up to this point, and honestly it continued to be successful. The next book I did read was Mismatched. This is by Anne Camlin and illustrated by Isadora Zeffirino. This was a fun graphic novel to kind of break up the longer like novels that I was reading, and it was a really fun time. This is a graphic novel retelling of Emma/Clueless. It ended up being really cute. I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought that the main character, honestly, a little bit mean. He lacked some of the charm that Emma and Cher have in those 2 other stories, but overall it was good. This was 257 pages read. I also finished Out on the Ice by Kelly Farmer. I read 272 pages of this one to finish this one up. This was a sapphic hockey romance. I liked it. This was probably my least favorite of the reading vlog. I didn't really love it. It was kind of just okay, you know, like it was good. There was nothing really wrong with it. It just didn't really connect with me on like an emotional level. It was lacking some depth. It was lacking some like memorability. I don't know. It was okay. I ended up giving this one 3 stars, you know, just kind of something that I read. And then those were all the books that I finished, but then I did manage to start Hazel Bly in the Deep Blue Sea by Ashley Herring Blake, and I'm really enjoying this one so far. This is a middle grade kind of coming of age story about this young girl who has lost her mother, and her family moved to this new town. She's really having trouble dealing with the grief of losing her mother and adapting to living in this new town. And this is just kind of a story about family and grief, and it's really good so far. I managed to read 124 pages of this during the readathon. Really was able to sink my teeth into it. I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to finish this one up. So here are the physical books that I read, and plus these ebooks and audiobooks. Overall, I feel like this was a really successful reading vlog. I ended up reading a total of 956 pages, which is awesome, plus the 3 hours and 40 minutes I listened to How You Get the Girl on audio. So that took me 14 hours to read all of that stuff, and I'm very proud of myself for making a big dent in my February TBR, getting things going, getting things accomplished. So overall, I think it was a successful 24-hour reading vlog, or 48-hour reading vlog, I guess. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here and for watching it. I really appreciate it. If you're interested in any of these books, I will leave them linked in the description. These are affiliate links, earn a tiny commission if you purchase through them. Of course, no pressure. They're just there for your convenience. You can also follow me on all social media. Those are linked down below, and don't forget to do all the fun YouTube things to help out my channel. Subscribe if you would like to stick around. I post videos about queer books on this channel, so if you're interested, would love to have you. Also, if you liked this video, give it a like, leave a comment down below. All of that fun stuff really helps me in the channel out, and I would appreciate it. And I think that is everything, so thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.